Men with exceptional rage management skills are known as Sigma males because they never let it get the better of them and never let it erupt. They seem calm, composed, and impervious to emotion on the outside. However, the fact that they don't retaliate doesn't mean they don't have feelings. Some things can really annoy them and hit a nerve. They also won't scream, which is the worst part. They won't dispute it. They will simply cut you off, silently, coldly, and irrevocably. The only people who are upset by you establishing boundaries are the ones who are profiting from you having none, as the saying goes. The worth of boundaries is understood by Sigma males. They defend their energy in the same way that a lion defends its territory. They won't give you a warning if you cross the line. They will simply leave. This video will cover 8 things that silently enrage Sigma males, to the point where you may not even be aware that you have set them off, until it's too late. Let's get started. 1. Consistently receiving their name wrong. You want to witness a Sigma male lose his respect for you. Just keep getting his name wrong. Most people consider a name to be merely a label. To a Sigma, however, it's an identity, a sign of presence and uniqueness. Dale Carnegie famously said that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. Sigma males don't view it as a simple error when someone constantly mispronounces or forgets their name. They consider it to be rude, evidence of your lack of concentration, that you didn't care enough to recall. They don't seek validation. They insist on presence, though. And when someone exhibits this sort of carelessness, it annoys them, not because of their ego, but because of their principles. 2. Breaking them in the middle of their thought. Sigma men don't say much. Therefore, they speak on purpose, exact, regulated. As a result, they have a strong dislike for having their thoughts interrupted. It's more than simply a lull in the conversation. It's a respite from respect. They don't talk just to hear themselves. They communicate to convey something significant. You are demonstrating that you are not truly listening when you interrupt someone. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to respond. As Stephen Covey put it, and superficial interaction is what annoys a Sigma the most. 3. Bringing up minor issues. The focus of Sigma males is on finding solutions. Their minds are focused on practicality rather than compassion. As a result, people view it as emotional laziness when someone spends their time whining about trivial issues, such as the coffee being too cold or the traffic being slow. It was a waste of time. They recognize that discomfort is subjective. However, they also think that you should either address the issue or move on if it bothers you. They consider excessive whining to be a sign of weakness. Being resourceful, rather than strong, is what counts. Furthermore, if someone picks complaining over taking action, it quietly destroys any respect a Sigma male may have had for them. 4. Failing to follow through. Unkept pledges, missed deadlines, nothing but words. To Sigma males, these are warning signs rather than mere inconveniences. According to Sigmas, consistency is proof of integrity. Do what you say you'll do. End of sentence. People with good intentions make promises, according to the adage. But people with good character keep them. Flakiness indicates disrespect to a Sigma. They don't forgive, and they don't put up with recidivism. They begin to emotionally distance themselves from you as soon as they perceive you to be untrustworthy. For good. 5. Being a phone zombie. Everyone has seen it. Individuals sitting across from one another, scrolling through their phones while remaining silent. Entrapped in the digital abyss. One of the worst insults to a Sigma guy is this. It demonstrates that you place a higher priority on your online existence than the moment you are sharing with them when you are with them, but preoccupied with your phone. To Sigmas, this is not only rude but also exhausting. They prosper in depth, presence, and real relationships. Additionally, the stigma silently brands someone as superficial and mentally disengages if they are unable or unwilling to put their phone down during a chat. 6. Talking loudly in private environments. Sigma males are naturally very reserved. They don't divulge too much information. They don't cause a commotion. They behave like shadows, unassuming, cool, and collected. Therefore, if you are with them in a private or quiet restaurant and speak loudly enough for others to hear your conversation, it is immediately off-putting. They might not speak at all, but they're cringing on the inside. For a Sigma, privacy is not paranoia, it's tranquility. They would prefer that outsiders not eavesdrop. They would rather not have needless attention. They prefer regulated environments. They get irritated by loud talkers, and that exposure makes them feel vulnerable. Not violently furious, but inwardly, profoundly annoyed. 7. If we assume they enjoy sports or trends. Sigma guys are independent thinkers. They don't adhere to patterns. They don't pretend to have hobbies, and they never try to fit in with others. Therefore, it annoys someone when they assume that they enjoy sports, pop culture, or whatever is currently trendy. It has nothing to do with sports. It's all about being restricted. They place the greatest importance on uniqueness, and they become annoyed when others attempt to connect via assumptions rather than real curiosity. They want people to ask actual questions rather than relying on cliches. Actually, the point of Sigmas is that they are not particularly concerned with the preferences of others. 8. Strolling slowly in front of them. This one might appear trivial, but it's symbolic for Sigma guys. Walking slowly in front of them, blocking their route unconsciously, is indicative of a more profound issue: a lack of spatial awareness, absence of thought. Sigma guys have a quick mind, quick movers and effective workers. As a result, they are driven insane by folks who appear to live their lives in a semi-conscious state. It's not about impatience for them. It's all about paying attention. They think that you should always be conscious of how your presence impacts the environment around you. A silent annoyance that grows quickly is sparked when others demonstrate no understanding of this. Conclusion. One intriguing aspect of Sigma males is that they do not allow their wrath to boil over. It boils. It makes calculations. It renders its judgments in silence. You may not even be aware that you've offended someone until you see that they've left your life without explanation. That's how they function. They don't pursue. They don't beg. They simply walk away. Because a Sigma man will always place self-respect above tolerance. Therefore, do you agree with the points I made in this film? Have you ever witnessed this kind of conduct in yourself or someone you know? Please let me know in the comments below. Furthermore, watch some of the other videos on this channel to get a better understanding of the Sigma attitude. Make sure to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell so that you never miss a new upload. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the upcoming video.